everybody. Thanks for joining in. I hope you had a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed some of the football games over the weekend. There were some good games. Last night's game was crazy. I watched the whole game, actually, which I usually don't do on Sunday night because I'm so sick of football by then. But the Cowboys and Packers game was crazy. It ended up 40-40 tie. Just a crazy game. They just went back and forth, touchdown, touchdown, field goal, field goal. And with like 1 second left in the game, the Packers kicked the field goal, tied the game, and the game ended in overtime 40-40. So that was freaking crazy, man. But it was a good weekend of football. I'm glad the Jets weren't on Sunday because normally they ruin my day from watching them. So at least I got a decent Sunday to watch some good games, some competitive games, and some are not so competitive. The Chiefs beat up on Baltimore. I don't know what's wrong with the Ravens, but they looked awful yesterday. I watched most of that game. They couldn't stop the Chiefs from doing anything. You can't blame the refs on this one. The Chiefs just beat their ass, and the Ravens just looked terrible. And they're a better team than that. So I don't know what's wrong with that team, but something is. And so the Chiefs handled them pretty easily in that game. But this morning I want to talk about probably what I consider to be the most important game of the weekend. Monday night's matchup is the New York Jets are down in sunny Miami to play the Miami Dolphins. And the reason this game is so important and so critical is that it is the battle for the losers. It's the battle for last place. The team that loses tonight's game is going to have sole possession of that coveted basement last place spot in the AFC East. And the Jets just apparently they love to fight for that every season because that's where they are in last place every season. So let's talk really quick about this game because it's really not worth putting more than 5 minutes into it. But so the Jets tonight have I see they're starting Justin Fields again, which is bad because he's bad. Um, he can't throw the ball. He can't really do anything right. Luckily, he's playing against a Miami defense who is somewhat as bad as the Jets. I think they're a little bit better than the Jets D, but they're very close to being pathetic. Both of them. So he maybe gets a couple of yards here and there, running or passing or something. The Jets defense, on the other hand, is absolutely just pathetic. They're they're one of the worst in football. Their secondary is just terrible, absolutely terrible. They did trade for a couple of guys, somebody named Brownlee or something like that from Tennessee. I can't imagine. I don't know that much about him. I didn't think it was worth my time to really look into somebody that another team is trading. If he's so good, the Titans wouldn't have traded him. I think that's where he came from, Tennessee. But maybe he's great. I don't know. But at least they're trying to shore up their secondary because it is pathetic. It is terrible. And so we have Quincy Williams is out again. Jermaine Johnson is out. And it's too bad, too, because I really do like Jermaine Johnson. Coming out of college, I thought this guy was going to be, as an edge rusher, he was going to be a force. He's just really, and when he's in there, he's great. The problem is that he ain't in there that often. He's always injured. So you got to start wondering if this guy's like one of those injury-prone guys or what, because you want him out there because he's really good when he is, but he's always out. He seems to be out a lot. He's injured a lot. So hopefully that's not a thing that continues with his career. But anyway, so there's that. And now we have the Dolphins on the other side who are also 0-3. The game is down, as I said, is down in Miami, and the Dolphins generally are pretty good on Monday night games, like primetime games. On the other hand, the Jets are just absolutely pathetic. They love showing just how embarrassing they can be in front of a national audience. So luckily for football fans tonight, there's another game. It's the Bengals and somebody. I can't remember who, Broncos or somebody like that. I'm assuming that the Jet game, I think, starts at 7:15 and the other game starts an hour later. So I give the NFL credit for that because they probably realized in the beginning of the season, nobody's going to watch the Jets and Dolphins. They both are going to probably stink anyway. So at least they have another game. So most people will switch to that game. The only ones watching the Jets and Dolphins will be Jets and Dolphins fans. That's what I think anyways. But anyway, the Dolphins also 0-3. But the difference, I don't know much about what's going on with their defense. I'm not a Dolphins fan, but I can tell you that from what I've seen in games I have watched, they can put up points. And the Jets can't. They put up some points in the second half or the fourth quarter of the Tampa Bay game. last week. I think it was just because I don't know if Tampa Bay just took their foot off the throat. Well, they did get one freaky blocked field goal for a touchdown. You can't. That's something you can't really count. It's not going to happen every week. Basically, the offense can't do anything. For 3 quarters of that game, they couldn't do shit. They couldn't run. They couldn't pass. They couldn't do anything. So they did manage to get a couple of scuffed touchdowns toward the end there, but at the end of the day, they lost anyway. So the biggest difference I see in tonight's game is that the Dolphins can score points. Now they have trouble stopping the other team from scoring. That's their problem, but they can put up points. And being that they have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Tua, if he gets time, he can't throw the ball very deep, but he can get it down the field. And these guys are fast. They are just speed demons. And I could see Tyreek Hill maybe getting 2 touchdowns tonight, maybe Waddle getting 1, because they're going to get behind the Jets secondary. They just are. And they're going to score touchdowns because of that. And Justin Fields coming back does not excite me one bit, because as far as I'm concerned, as I said in previous videos, I think the Jets have nothing but 2 backup quarterbacks. I don't think Justin Fields is a starting quarterback in the NFL. He just isn't. He's not that good. He holds the ball too long. He misses open guys. He just isn't that good. And Tyrod Taylor is, I don't know, he was bad for 3 quarters of last week's game. And in the fourth quarter, they were passing, the Bucs were giving them those short passes, and that's what he was taking. So I think the Jets have 2 backup quarterbacks on their roster. They just call one of them a starter because one of them has to be the starter. And that's what Justin Fields is. He's a backup quarterback. So I'm not too excited about him coming back. It's not like, we're bringing back, Peyton Manning is coming back this week after an injury. He's not. Justin Fields. So tonight, I don't see this as being, this is not going to be one of those games like last night's game was, a nail biter, 40-40. This is going to be somewhere along the lines of Dolphins. Or first of all, I want to make my prediction clear. Jets are going to lose this game tonight, and they're going to have sole possession of last place, and that's where they belong because they're absolutely horrendous. Their defense is terrible. The offense is just as bad. They're just terrible. They're just bad. And I don't know how long this Steve Wilks, the defensive coordinator, is going to last on this team. But somebody, Aaron Glenn or somebody, needs to take it over because this defense is absolutely, it's laughable sometimes to watch this defense. And they have too many stars. There's too much money in this defense, talent to play like a bottom feeder defense of the NFL. There's just no excuse for it. I don't know if it's his defensive schemes or he has guys in the wrong spots. I don't know what it is, but this defense has too much talent to be this bad, and they are bad. Make no mistake about it, they're terrible. So I think the difference between this game is going to be typical. I think it's going to be Tua is going to find his receivers. They're going to beat the secondary for a couple of touchdowns at least. And then the Jets will focus on that. And then the Dolphins will get some kind of a little bit of a running game going. Not much of one, I don't think, but it'll be enough probably to control it and beat the Jets. And the Jets will have nice sole possession at 0-4 tonight of a last place in the AFC East. And their season's over anyway. I mean, let's not fool ourselves. Neither one of these teams are going anywhere. They're really just playing for bragging rights now. Like, we're not in last place, you are. That kind of thing. But I don't think the Jets can win this game. I just haven't seen anything in this team that tells me that they're going to do anything. I could see this team maybe scrubbing together 4 wins this season. And that's going to be my prediction. That is my prediction for the season. I can see the Jets scrubbing maybe 4 wins together, maybe 5, because I know the last game of the season they play the Bills. And so by then the Bills are already going to have their division. They're already going to have their playoff spot. So maybe they'll put in their second and third string guys. Maybe the Jets can beat them for 5 wins, but I don't even know if they could do that by then because they're going to be so demoralized and defeated by then. I don't think they maybe can even do that. So I think let me see. If I want to predict the score for tonight, I think the Dolphins are going to probably put up 30 points, maybe 31, 32 points, something around those areas. Jets maybe 20, maybe 21 points, maybe. And this is a big maybe. I don't even know if they can do that. But I'm going to say that maybe the Jets can put up 20, 21. Dolphins are going to put up 31, 32. They're going to beat them by 10, 12 points. I think anyway. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I don't sit here and root for the Jets to lose. I'm a Jet fan. So I don't sit here. That would be the same thing if I root for the Yankees to lose or the Knicks to lose or something like that. They're New York Rangers. I don't root for my team to lose. I'm just telling you what I see, what I think. And sometimes the truth, a lot of people don't like it. They say, why are you so negative against the Jets? Because the Jets haven't done shit in 15 years. All we hear is the same old promises. It's different. New regime, no gas, all brakes, or all brakes, no gas, whatever that stupid slogan was. It was all just bullshit. Every year, it's year after year, same thing. And they wonder why we say same old Jets, because it is. It's the same old Jets, the same old story. This is not the same old Jets. We're going to win. I'm going to hold guys accountable. I'm going to do that, blah, blah, blah. And you know what it is? It's the same old Jets year after year. So that's where it comes from. So until they can win, at least win a game, and then I could come out here and say, listen, that was a good game. Jets came back, or they held the lead and they won the game. I'm not going to say anything good about them because there's nothing good to say about them. So that's my prediction for tonight's game. Unfortunately, we're going to be alone in the cellar tomorrow morning, and I'll be happy to make my video about it. And I hope I'm not saying I told you so. I want to say that I was wrong, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm probably going to tell you guys, I told you so. But anyway, try to enjoy the game as much as you can. And if the Jets start to embarrass themselves, put the other game on. I'm sure it'll be much better. But anyway, have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye now.